everyone, and welcome to the official draw for the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. My name is Debbie Bissoon, and I'll be your host for this afternoon's draw. Today is an exciting day for Caribbean football at Concacaf as we are kicking off the inaugural edition of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup. We have many surprises prepared, including former Caribbean players. But before continuing, help me welcome Concacaf's General Secretary, Philippe Mogio, who will be delivering the opening remarks.
Welcome to the official draw for the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. At Concacaf, we're very excited to kick off the first edition of this new and exciting competition, which is part of the new ecosystem of Concacaf clubs. Starting in 2023, the Caribbean will not only qualify 3 clubs for the renewed and expanded Concacaf Champions Cup, but will also celebrate and crown its own champion. As part of the launch of this innovative competition, the Confederation has developed a brand that represents the Caribbean region. We believe the new brand and the bold and vibrant colors which are part of it symbolizes the passion for football in the Caribbean and the depth of talent in its territories. I hope everyone likes it and is as excited as we are about it. Before we continue with tonight's draw, I'll leave you with a video showcasing the Concacaf Caribbean Cup's new brand. Enjoy tonight's draw, and thank you for your support.
Wow, Philippe, thank you so much for your opening remarks and unveiling the competition's brand. It looks amazing, and I'm sure everyone at home, they love it as much as I do. So let's watch this next video to have a better understanding of the new Caribbean Cup format, which includes group stage play and a direct elimination knockout stage.
2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup. The 10 Caribbean clubs that have qualified for the Concacaf Caribbean Cup will be divided into 2 groups of 5 clubs. After single round-robin play, where each club will play every other club in their group once, 2 matches at home and 2 matches away. The first and second place finishers in each group will advance to the competition's knockout stage. The knockout stage will be composed of 3 direct elimination, home and away rounds, including semifinals, third place, and a final, where the best Caribbean club will be crowned champion. At the conclusion of the Concacaf Caribbean Cup, the champion, runner-up, and third-place finisher will advance to the expanded 27-club Concacaf Champions Cup. The Caribbean champions will also receive a bye to the Champions Cup round of 16. Concacaf, love for our game.
Okay, so to quickly recap, 10 clubs will be split into 2 groups of 5. These group stage matches will be played between August and October as follows. Week 1, August 22 to 24. Week 2, August 29 to 31. September 19 to 21. And September 26 to 28. Week 5, October 3 to 5. So after a single round-robin play, the group winners will be advanced to the knockout stage, with the first leg semifinals played October 24 to 26, and the second legs October 31 to November 2. The final and third place play-in will conclude the event. These will occur on November 28 to 30 and December 5 to 7. So, thus far, 8 Caribbean clubs have secured a berth based on their performance in their domestic leagues. In alphabetical order per member association, they are: from the Dominican Republic, Cibao FC, CA Pantoja, and Mocha FC. From Jamaica, Cavalier FC, Dunbeholden FC, and Harborview FC. And from Trinidad and Tobago, AC Port of Spain and Defense Force FC. The remaining two participants will be the champion and runner-up of the 2023 Caribbean Club Shield. Now, this tournament is scheduled for early August in St. Kitts and Nevis. Now, with that, we know how the 2023 Caribbean Cup will work. So at this time, please help me welcome to the stage Concacaf's head of club competitions, Matias Tetemani.
Hi, Debbie.
Hi, good to see you, sir. How are you?
Thank you for that warm welcome.
Absolutely.
All right. It is an honor to be part of the official draw for the inaugural Concacaf Caribbean Cup. As Philip mentioned, this cup competition is part of the Concacaf's new club competition ecosystem, including clubs in North and Central America, and qualifies 3 Caribbean clubs for a new and revamped Concacaf Champions Cup. The clubs participating in this competition will display some of the best football in the Confederation as they compete for Caribbean supremacy.
Wow.
Today, we'll be determining the composition of the 2 groups, and to better understand the procedures in place for the draw, let us watch the following video.
The official draw for the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Cup will be carried out using a single blind system and 5 pots. Based on the new Concacaf Club ranking as of May 28, 2023, the 8 clubs that have already secured a berth in the inaugural edition of the competition have been divided into pots 1, 2, 3, and 4, with the 2 highest ranked clubs in pot 1 and the 2 lowest ranked clubs in pot 4. The remaining 2 participating clubs, which will be the 2023 Concacaf Caribbean Club Shield champion and runners-up, have been placed in pot 5. The draw will begin by randomly selecting a sphere from pot 1 and positioning that club in Group A, position A1, followed by the second sphere in Group B, position B1. The same process will be followed for the remaining 4 pots, using Group A and B positions 2, 3, 4, and 5. At the end of the draw, each group will contain 1 club from each pot and no more than 2 clubs from the same member association. Concacaf, love for our game.
So, Debbie, any questions?
No, I get it. Love for our game. What can I say?
Yes.
So the table is set. Well, before we start, we will need help drawing the team spheres. So to help us with the draw, we have 2 former players, starting with former player from Guyana's national team captain, that's who he is, who also played for the Puerto Rico Islanders, with whom he won the 2010 Concacaf Caribbean Club Championship. He appeared in 2 separate editions of the Concacaf Champions Cups back in 2010 to 2011 and 2012 to 2013, playing 8 games total. Let's welcome Chris Nurse.
Hey, Matias.
Chris.
Hi, Chris. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Chris, with the creation of this new CONCACAF competition, the Caribbean will have the opportunity to qualify 3 clubs for the Champions Cup and crown their own champions. So what are you looking forward to most?
I think it's a fantastic tournament. You know, it's something new, it's exciting, it's exhilarating, it brings a lot of enthusiasm to the region. I think it's going to be a great opportunity for players and teams to showcase themselves. We've seen some great talent come from the Caribbean region. I think this is another opportunity for the players and the coaches to shine.
Absolutely. I agree with you. Thank you so much, Chris. Now, our second guest is one of the most successful players to hail from the Dominican Republic. He won the CONCACAF Caribbean Club Championship 4 times, twice with W Connection of Trinidad and Tobago back in 2006 and 2009, and twice with the Puerto Rico Islanders back in 2010 and 2011. He finished his career with 7 goals in 15 CONCACAF Champions Cup games. Please help me welcome Jonathan Fanya.
Hi, Chris. Matias.
Jonathan.
Good to see you, Jonathan. So, Jonathan, you had the opportunity to play in the CONCACAF Champions Cup. Having experienced that, right? What can today's players expect from this regional competition?
Ellos tienen la oportunidad de mostrarse en un buen escenario para poder subir de nivel y salir del Caribe a dar lo mejor de ellos en clubes de Centroamérica y América para poder mostrar su potencial que pueden tener. Es una gran oportunidad para ellos hoy en día.
Well, thank you so much, Jonathan. We're happy to have you. So, Matias, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Debbie. Chris, Jonathan, thank you for being with us tonight. To quickly recap, we saw in the draw procedures what we have here in front of us. So we have 5 pots, and each pot contains 2 teams each. So in pot 1, we have the 2 highest ranked clubs. We have Cibao FC and Defense Force FC. In pot 2, we have Cavalier FC and Club Atlético Pantoja. In pot 3, we have Mocha FC and Harborview FC. In pot 4, Domelholden FC and AC Port of Spain. And lastly, in pot 5, we have the Caribbean Club Shield champion and the Caribbean Club Shield runner-up. It is important to highlight that each group will contain no more than 2 clubs from the same member association, and that only applies to the 8 already qualified clubs in the group stage. All right?
All right.
So, all right, let's start with the draw. Chris, if you can help me out with the first pot. Let's see which club will be the first drawn into Group A.
Defense Force FC.
Defense Force FC.
Defense Force FC, the 1978 and 1985 CONCACAF champions, return to CONCACAF competition as the second-place team in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League standings. All right.
All right. Chris, let's take the other team. Should be Cibao FC.
Cibao FC.
Cibao FC, they appeared in the 2018 Champions Cup and also in the CONCACAF League back in 2020 and 2022. So we're on now to pot 2.
All right. Let's start with pot 2, Chris. Let's see, we have Cavalier or Club Atlético Pantoja.
Cavalier FC.
Cavalier FC from Jamaica, the 2021 Jamaica National Premier League champions. Cavalier will attempt to lift their first regional title.
All right. All right. Let's continue, please, Chris.
Club Atlético Pantoja.
Pantoja.
Pantoja, they qualified for having one of the best aggregate season records among non-champions during the 2022 season. Good for them.
All right, let's continue with pot 3. And it's important to highlight again that no more than 2 clubs from the same member associations can be in the same group, okay? So let's see what we'll have ahead of us.
Mocha FC.
Okay, Mocha FC.
So Mocha FC will be making their first appearance in the CONCACAF competition. I'm sure they're very excited about that. Yep.
Yeah, of course. All right, and let's see. Harborview should be the last group in that pot.
Harborview FC.
Harborview FC, we're talking about the 2004 and 2007 CFU Club Championship winners.
That's right. Thank you very much, Chris. Thank you for your assistance tonight. Now let's proceed with pot 4, please. Jonathan, you have the honors. So we go with pot 4. In that pot, we have Domelholden from Jamaica and AC Port of Spain from Trinidad and Tobago.
AC Port of Spain.
AC Port of Spain, they've qualified for the Caribbean Cup as the first place team in the Trinidad and Tobago Premier Football League.
Very good, Jonathan. You can draw that one as well.
Domelholden.
Domelholden.
Yep, this will be Domelholden's first participation in the CONCACAF competition. So congratulations to them.
That's right. And let's finish tonight's draw with the 5th pot, please, Jonathan. Here we have the Caribbean Club Shield champion and the runner-up.
The runner-up.
Okay, the Caribbean Club Shield runner-up will be in Group A. Let's go with the last ball of tonight's draw.
The Caribbean Club Championship.
All right, that will be in Group B. So the champion of the Caribbean Club Shield will be joining all the teams in Group B.
All right, so there we have it. The 4 groups have been determined. So Matthias, Chris, Jonathan, let's have a quick review of the draw results.
Of course. So in Group A, we do have Defense Force, all right, with Cavalier from Jamaica, Mocha FC from Dominican Republic, AC Port of Spain, and we do have the runner-ups from the Caribbean Club Shield. While in Group B, we have Cibao FC from the Dominican Republic, with Club Atlético Pantoja as well from the Dominican Republic, Harborview FC from Jamaica, Double Holden FC from Jamaica, and the Caribbean Club Shield champion.
All right.
Wow. We have very good groups.
I think so too. These groups are great. They're going to do amazing. Chris and Jonathan, can you weigh in here? Give me your thoughts. Chris, let me start with you.
Chris.
I think Group B is a very difficult group. You have the 2 teams from the Dominican Republic along with Harborview, and I think that's going to make for a very tough competition. Can be anybody's, you know, everybody's fighting to be the champions at the end of it, but I think Group B is definitely the group of death if you were to label one the most difficult.
Really? All right. Thank you so much for that. Chris, Jonathan, do you have any thoughts on what Chris just said?
Son 2 grupos muy competitivos. En el grupo B, como dice Chris, están los 2 equipos de República Dominicana, Pantoja y Cibao. Serán unos partidos muy reñidos porque es el clásico nacional de República Dominicana entre esos equipos. Además, tienen una batalla bien candente para ser el mejor equipo del país y ahí van a tener la oportunidad de demostrarlo quién es el mejor equipo del país de República Dominicana. Y en el grupo A tenemos equipo competitivo de Trinidad y Tobago y de Jamaica, que siempre han sido grandes equipos en el Caribe y van a dar un buen espectáculo en la Copa del Caribe.
All right, so it's going to be a good one. That's what we know for sure.
Definitely.
Wow. Matthias, Chris, Jonathan, that's all the time that we have. This is the event's end. It has been a fun time sharing this stage with all of you. Thank you all so much for being here with us. Remember that you can follow all the action through the Confederation's partner networks, including Fox Sports, TuneIn, Fox Sports Mexico, and ESPN. Have a wonderful rest of day, and we'll see you in August for the start of the competition. On behalf of all of us, thank you.
Thank you.